Hey guys. Hey, I need everybody's help real quick. Let me put this on the screen. Kansas City Accountability just got put in handcuffs. He's in the back of the car because he called me. I need everybody to start calling. I've already called the city manager. I've already called the deputy chief. They just laughed at me and mocked at me. I need everybody to start calling and letting them know they screwed up. And share this tab right here. Let me blow this up. Everybody needs to start calling. Call these phone numbers right here. This is the guy I spoke to, this Justin Jones. So call him. Start calling these numbers, guys. I got the numbers on the screen. Start calling and tell him that Kansas City Accountability, his name is Mr. Moses, needs to be taken out of them handcuffs or released right now. The number's right there on the screen. Deputy Chief of Police was rude on the phone, laughed at me, and mocked at me before hanging up on me. So I called the city manager. City manager's now calling the chief, but I need you guys to call Kirksville Police Department. If you call the administration line, which is right under the deputy chief, that's the line they called and transferred. I need you guys to make sure you guys start calling that phone number and let them know that they need to get him out of handcuffs. He got recording on a sidewalk, okay? And they tried to give me all kinds of excuses. He was trying to do a silent audit, and they just basically rushed him and put handcuffs on him. I'm waiting on a phone call back from the city manager because she was calling the actual chief of police to let them know that right now they need to get him out of handcuffs. They forced him to identify under fingerprints. And they basically did that to force him to identify. They basically just violated his Fourth, his First, and his 14th Amendment right, along with his Sixth Amendment right. So we need to make sure everybody that's watching this, call these phone numbers right there. Justin Jones and the one right underneath it. That's the ones I need you guys to call. Those two numbers. Those are the two numbers I need you guys to call. And then I'm trying to get an update on Brick, Jonesey, and Letz Otvo. I reached out to Elite Laws. So he's trying to figure out what's going on over there as well. I was in the middle of editing some video. Kansas City Accountability literally called me from the backseat of the patrol car with handcuffs in front of him. So I'm going to tell you guys right now, I need you guys to call Deputy Chief Justin Jones because he hung up on me and was rude. Call the administration number. That gets to the main dispatch. And you dial that, just go ahead and hit 0. Takes you right to the administration. I need you guys to flood these phones and basically address your concern that they just screwed up and unlawfully detained. Technically, it's arrested. The minute you put them in handcuffs in the backseat of the car, it's an arrest. So I need you guys to call them. I've already called the city manager. She's trying to reach out to the chief of police for those who are just now coming in. Just because of the deputy chief, I said, first thing you need to do is get that man out of handcuffs. Second thing is we need to look into the file a complaint against the deputy chief of police. Very rude individual. And then the third thing is we need to go ahead and file internal affairs complaints and do remedial training on constitutional rights of the two officers that decided just to grab him. There should have been no reason to grab him or detain him. Just because I don't respond to your questions doesn't mean I have to cooperate with your investigation and that it gives you grounds to throw me in handcuffs. So this was a immediately live thing going on. It's about Kansas City Accountability right now. He's in the backseat of a patrol car in handcuffs where he called me from. I've reached out to the deputy chief of police. The guy was a complete dick. Pardon my French. I don't usually swear. Complete dick, and hung up on me and tried to cop-splain to me. I called the city manager. She seemed like she's trying to find out what's going on. She actually saw Moses being escorted in cuffs when she was on her way back to the office. She's reaching out to the chief of police right now regarding this incident. So I need everyone to call. That phone number right there, 660-785-9645, is the guy that I spoke with. And also 660-785-6945 is the administration number. They also have the non-emergency line at 660-665-5621. So make sure you guys call them. Hit the like button while you're here. Make sure we get this pumped out to as many people as we can. I need everybody to call. I'm also still trying to find out what happened with Brick Jonesey and Letz Otvo. Right before I got that phone call, they got arrested. So I did get a hold of Delete Laws. So I think he's working on that. So here, I'm trying to make it bigger. It's pretty big on the screen. So right here. See, if I do it too big, it's not. It's deputy. Call the deputy chief of police. Call administration and non-emergency line. I need you guys to call those numbers. Kansas City Accountability is in the backseat of the patrol car in handcuffs. He called me from the back seat. He was thrown in handcuffs, doing a silent audit, and thrown in the back of the patrol car for sitting in front of a bank, recording on a public sidewalk. The deputy chief of police, I'm working, our guy, I haven't gotten to that. I called Delete Laws about that. He's handling that. I'm handling this. This is just like 3 of them all within the same 30 minutes. So right now, until I can figure out what's going on with Rick Jonesey and Let's OTVO, somehow was on a military base or something. I don't know the details. I'm looking into that right now as well. Chili's handling that. I'm handling this. So I'm not asking for donations. I'm asking for you guys to call and address your concerns. Get that man out of handcuffs. He had no business in handcuffs. They had no business rushing him and doing what they did. So he wasn't live. Okay, just letting you know that now. He was not live when that happened. So we need to sorry guys, I'm making phone calls so you guys, there's no video. He was static. He wasn't live streaming. So I'm gonna be trying to call a few people. So I'm calling a few people to get this going on. There's no video of it. There's no video. Oh. Hey, Carolina, I need you to go live. I'm live right now. Brick Jonesy and Let's OTVO got arrested at a military gate. I'm trying to find out what's going on, but
he got arrested where?
Hold on, stop. Let me finish. I hate when you do that to me. And the Kansas City Accountability just called me from the backseat of the patrol car in handcuffs.
Oh no.
I'm trying to handle that. Delete Laws is handling the other because I don't know the full situation on the other. I caught the live stream at the tail end. So I need to go live and I need to cover everybody. I'm trying to get everybody right now to cover and call Kirksville, Missouri. I got off the phone with their deputy chief. The guy was rude, smug. I called the city manager. She's calling the chief. I told him to get that man out of handcuffs because he has no business in there. He was on a public sidewalk in front of a bank recording in public, and these guys just put hands on because he was doing a silent audit. He wasn't responding to them.
Oh no.
So I need you guys. I need you to at least get your people to call, and then I'm still trying to find out what's going on with Let's OTVO and Brick Jonesy on the other.
So I need to have them call where?
Kirksville, Missouri. I've got.
Kirksville, Missouri. Okay.
If you go to my live stream real quick, I've got the names and the phone numbers up on the screen.
Okay.
So you can just snipe the screen and it's got all the numbers up front right there.
Yeah, Romeo would do it for me.
Okay. Well, I'm not putting in the chat. I'm actually having people call. I've got it on the screen. I've got it highlighted.
Oh, shoot.
So I've got people calling. So I need to get as many people on your live stream right now that may not be over in my stream to go ahead.
And that's Kansas City, right? Kansas City.
That's Kansas City Accountability. I've got it labeled as Kansas City Accountability needs our help now. Yeah. Yep. You're live, so everybody can hear you. But I need to get on your live stream right away and start flooding these phones.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Bye.
All right. Bye. All right, guys. I'm making phone calls myself. Calling Chuck Bronson right now. See if he's going to answer. Thanks, News Now. I need you to go live, too, if you can. Cover this. Stream snipe my screen. Everybody with a big channel. Thanks, Chevy. Appreciate that, buddy. $10 super chat from there. Okay, next calls. I'm going to call FAPA. Where's he at? FAPA. Actually, you know what? Hang on. I think FAPA may be at court. Hang on. Court today on Zoom. We take a Sorry, guys. I'm like, well, I got other numbers. I've got the administration number, the non-emergency line right there, right below the deputy chief of police. Let me highlight those numbers. Non-emergency line right there. So do me a favor, call them suckers right now. Get them on the phone, flood their phones. They shouldn't have that man in handcuffs. That guy told me, oh, well, it's because our banks have been robbed. He was filming the vault. Bro, from the outside of the damn building? Come on, man. Anybody can see that walking by. Come on, man. Stop with that cop-splaining bullshit. That's no excuse. I just don't want anybody making any threats. No threats. No inciting violence. But yes, exactly, Kinetic. Make sure you guys are direct about that shit. And then I'm trying to find out. I'm trying to see if I get. I can put their video up. Hey Harvey, I'm live right now, buddy. Hey Harvey, I'm live right now.
Hey,
so
up, man?
I'm just letting you know so you can hear me. Hey, I got Kansas City accountability up in Kirksville, Missouri, in the back seat of a car, handcuffs, and calling me. I've already reached out to the deputy chief of police. That's a complete dick, and a city manager. I've got everybody right now trying to call the non-emergency line to let them know that they need. He was recording on a public sidewalk, dude. He did a silent audit, and they snatched him up.
That don't surprise me.
He just had an audit up in Iowa, and the lieutenant was really calm, was cool, didn't even ask for his name, had a good conversation, and then all of a sudden, boom, here we are in handcuffs. So I asked Carolina to try to reach out to her people right now. Chuck's calling me right now. I'm trying to get him to go live. If you snipe my screen, I've got the phone numbers up on my screen right now. And then we got some other guys, Letz Otvo and Brick Jonesey, who got arrested at a military base. So I'm trying to find out more. I called Delete Laws on that, so he's looking into that right now. This all just happened within the last hour.
He's still in the back of a police car,
handcuffed in the front. His hands are handcuffed. They're running his fingerprints. And he's calling me from the damn car. He got off the phone when they were coming back, so he didn't let him know that he was on the phone with me. So
are they going to take him to jail? Or
I don't know. They don't even have RAS, dude. So let alone RAS to probable cause. So I don't know.
Contempt of cop.
Pretty much because he wouldn't talk. he was doing a silent audit. He never even spoke.
Contempt of cop.
Contempt of cop, bro. We know how that is. But yeah, I've got 40 people in my live stream right now watching. I've got people calling. So I actually got the city of Kirksville calling me back right now. So I'm gonna let you go.
All right, buddy.
Hello, this is Basil.
Hey, Basil, chiefly is to return your phone call.
Yes, sir. Well, the first thing is we can get an activist that was recording from a public sidewalk out of handcuffs and out of the backseat of a patrol car. That would be a great start, sir.
Oh, he was arrested for a warrant. He's coming.
A warrant for, but how did you know it was a warrant without violating his rights to seize him first?
He had a warrant. At least something. So I have a waiting extradition. So if you want to know the status, you can contact me correctional.
Okay, but you guys snatched him off a public sidewalk. Where's the reasonable articulable suspicion to detain him?
That he would have to discuss with his defense attorney and the prosecutor.
That would be something your cops just violated a Fourth Amendment right, sir.
You're entitled to your opinion, sir, but
it's not opinion, sir. It's federal case law. Okay, you're a law enforcement officer, correct, sir?
I'm sorry?
Yeah, I just want to know where do I send your civil lawsuit that you're coming to get? Where do I send it? Do I send it at the station or do I send it to the city manager's office?
Either one's fine.
Or can I go ahead and have the sheriff's department serve it at your home? What would you like, sir?
You can have them direct to the station here or the city attorney's office, either one.
Fantastic. I'll make sure I add your name. I'll make sure I add you and Justin Jones to the litigation. Perfect. Thank you, though, sir.
You have a great day.
Yes, sir. Thank you. So there we have it, guys. They violated the man's rights, snatched him off the sidewalk, ran his prints. He had a warrant out for whatever the reason is that, we've seen warrants get messed up. And now he's being transported to supposedly for extradition, wherever that's at. Let me pull it up on the map. So they should have never ran him to begin with, because how are you going to stop and just detain someone for recording in public? Let's see. Let's see where Kirksville is compared to Lee Summit. Kirksville, Missouri. Compared to Lee Summit. I don't know how they're going to extradite him out for a Otto the Watchdog. What's going on, guys? So that's a bogus warrant, because if I think I know which one case it is, it's the one where they filed charges and his court date isn't yet. So that's it right there, guys. They're trying to say that. And let me call Chuck back. Hang on. Hey, you're live. I'm live right now, so just letting you know. Hey, Kansas City Accountability. They just unlawfully detained him, put him in the backseat of the car with handcuffs in front, forced him to fingerprint. And then he had an active warrant that I think is bogus, because I've been helping him with that whole thing. He hasn't even had his court date yet for that one. And they're trying to say they're holding him for extradition to Lee Summit, and it's like halfway across the state, which I think is bullshit.
Yeah.
And News Now California's in my chat going, we couldn't hear what Chief said, how they determined he had a warrant. That's because they ran his fingerprints. They forced him to identify after he was in the backseat patrol car with no RAS. No reasonable articulable suspicion. They said because, the deputy chief that hung up was a rude prick.
You know my rule, all you amateurs just need to stay home.
Well, I will tell you what, man. That the charge with the Lee Summit one, I think I know which one it is. It's a bogus charge that, again, he hasn't had a court date yet, because I've been helping him with that one. That one's a post office that he left, and then after the video was seen the next day, the officer, after he watched the video, decided to go back and try to write up a charge of trespassing.
Yeah.
Retaliation because the guy looked stupid. Appreciate that, Chevy. So I don't know if Harvey's going live. I called Carolina. I talked to Harvey. So, and then Brick Jonesey and Letz OTVO. I'm still trying to figure out what's going on with that. They got arrested at the entrance of a military base. I don't even know, in Albuquerque somewhere.
Wow.
I was trying to figure out what was going on.
I'll have to check that out. Is that on
Theirs was live. It's at a checkpoint. So, but I'm gonna.
Is it on both their channels or what?
I don't. It's on Clay Foundation's 1A Press, or also known as Brick Jonesy.
Okay.
I'm actually posting the link in my chat. I'm actually, for those who want to call on Kansas City Accountability, go ahead. I'm going to help him with the litigation, because they didn't even have RAS. Regardless if you have a warrant or anything like that, if you don't have reasonable articulable suspicion to detain somebody, you know what the chief tried to tell me? Well, it's because he was recording the vault. I said, he wasn't inside the bank. Doesn't matter. You can see the vault from outside. I said, so what my eyes can see is not criminal.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, he was still vaulted. That bank's been robbed. I said, that's still not reasonable articulable suspicion to detain somebody. The man was performing a silent audit. He never said a word. So they handcuffed him in front, took his fingerprints, and while they were running him, he called me from the backseat of a patrol car. So, you know, and it's on that bogus. It's on that bogus. You know what? I'm gonna have to call Central Tyrant Investigations because he might be closer. I'm gonna try to see if we can't. They're trying to say they're holding him for extradition, but I don't think they're gonna take him that far for a local city warrant.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like on the northeast part of the state, all the way to like the far west side.
Yeah.
So
well, usually most of them, even for misdemeanors, they'll do in-state pickup. So
I don't know, man. That's going to be kind of BS.
State is when it becomes a problem.
But I'm watching this. I'm actually sharing this.
Florida can hold you for 90 days.
Let's OTVO for nothing.
Or whoever is
they just completely detained him, and now I'm sitting in the car.
So they took. I'm looking at this video. He went live and taking Letz OTVO out of the driver's seat at this military gate for whatever reason. Brick Jonesey's.
They were in their car.
Yeah, at the gate. Brick Jonesey's at inside the passenger seat.
What have you detained us for?
They're saying detained, but they're like at the gate. They're not even in. And then they're walking back right here at this video, and I guess they're taking Brick out of the car because when I caught the live stream, I heard him say, "Don't you turn off that camera," because it was a black screen. It looks like an Air Force base.
Is that an order? What am I being detained for?
Right now, you're just disrespecting the century, and you're it's a 92. You're not acting to the order.
Fifth Amendment right to remain silent.
You can do that. That's totally fine. So, the reason you're detained is because he asked you guys to do a couple of things. You guys just obeyed him.
What have I been asked to do? What have I been asked to do?
You provided a credential to him. You have a driver's license that you gave him.
I gave my ID.
Where's it at?
It's in my wallet. You want me to grab it?
No, not right now. We'll get your wallet later. You mind turning around for me?
But I can do that. Is that an order?
Yes. I'm telling you now to turn away from the sound of my voice.
That's fine.
Put your phone somewhere you can record. I'm fine with that. I'm not nervous about that.
How are you being detained at an Air Force gate?
I'm gonna sit up on top of it. You can.
What do you mean? I'm going to find out.
Hands at the lower side of your back and lock your fingers.
Like this?
Sounds like they're about to be deported.
I don't know.
Are you an American citizen? I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. All right, we're shipping you off to Guantanamo Bay.
What am I being detained for? So I'm being detained for this.
Kinetic Customs and Racing's in my channel. He just called Michael Elon, so he's is already working on their stuff too. Michael's working on it. I was working on Kansas City accountability.
I have a thumb injury.
So,
that literally make these tight. They're not that loose. They're not that loose. It will swell. It will swell. I have a thumb.
Make sure medical get you guys checked out.
And then it went down. They shut his camera off too.
Don't
tell him.
What you doing going through my phone?
And if he had Restream,
Your phone.
it'd still be recording.
There, right? I'm gonna lock it.
No, don't.
He locked his phone and shut off.
Looks like there is a worker following me out here.
So,
we're just documenting, guys.
So that's what happened right there. Like I said, I'm live. I'm gonna call Central Tyrant Investigations, but in the meantime, I'm gonna have to help. I'm gonna have to help him sue Kirksville, Missouri, because they didn't have any reasonable articulable suspicion to even detain him, let alone force him to identify. Let's see. Missouri. I'm trying to remember. I don't think it's a stop and ID state, but I could be wrong. To stop an ID. Okay. So it's a stop an ID state, but they didn't have any RAS. They're trying to say because that bank's been robbed before and they got a call about someone outside filming the vault, that doesn't rise to a reasonable articulable suspicion of a crime. Don't even know if they even talked with the caller to verify the case of Florida versus JL. I bring that up all the time. And then you got Terry V. Ohio. I told the city manager the only reason he's in handcuffs is because he's black. Well, it's not because, yeah, come on. Missouri handcuffs black people all the time. Y'all a bunch of racist pigs. He's been jammed up more in handcuffs in Missouri than he has anywhere else. He just beat that case in Iowa. They did the same shit to him. So, anyways, I'm going to be making a few more phone calls, man. I don't know if you want to go live and cover it. I know you got a pretty good sized base. But obviously, I don't know what Letz, Otvo, and Brick Jonesey were detained for. They wouldn't even tell Brick why he was detained. So, and I haven't heard back from anybody yet. And they got jammed up first.
I'll look into them.
All right, man. Appreciate it. All right. Bye-bye. Sorry, guys. I just got some records back, too, so I'm trying to juggle a million things here. I'm working on a ton of things. Internal investigation. Let's see what we got here going on. What do we got here? Please, guys, make sure you guys flood the comment section. Make sure that this gets pumped out to everybody. So make sure you guys keep commenting. Hit that like button. I got you. Oh, man, it's incriminating with the internal affairs complaint I just got. Holy snikes, Batman. I'm sorry, guys. Something I've been investigating here in Hillsborough just came to light. Sorry, guys. Anyways, for all those people called again, I appreciate it. I'm still trying to find out all the pieces here. Let me call Central Tyrant Investigations. I'm scrolling through the calls. Hang on a second. I appreciate all you guys, by the way. I really do. Make sure you guys get the word out.
Been forwarded to voice.
Your call has been forwarded.
There's not much we can do for Kansas City accountability tonight. I mean, sucks. Man, I don't know what kind of shit they're pulling. So extradition on that, and it's BS because I know it's a BS charge. I know exactly what it is. Wow. How did she not get charged with a crime on this internal investigation? Are you serious? This was off duty too. Holy shit. All right. There's not much I can do for these guys at the moment. Okay. I appreciate everyone for calling. I'm not getting off, but I got to change gears here since I'm live. This was not a plan and live stream. I just got some records in. Wow. You guys are gonna see it first here. This is crazy. Trying to get into my email. Hang on a second. All right, let me blow this up for a second. All right. Kurt Bronson in the house with a $10. Let's OTVO. Let's get them out. All right, guys. Put a 1 in the chat if you've seen the audits 2 audits ago that says tiny cop, big problem in the Chuck P. I'm going to give you a quick recap only because you should go back to the beginning. Kansas City Accountability got arrested. They did not have reasonable articulable suspicion. Forced him to identify their fingerprint. And he called me from the backseat of the car. Come to find out he got a warrant. I've called the deputy chief, which was rude. I called the city manager. The chief of police called me back. And basically they're cop splaining their actions. Let's OTVO and Brick Jonesey got detained / arrested because we don't know what's going on a live stream at an Air Force guard gate. I still don't know what's going on. That's why they missed the DLZ meeting. I was going to pop in there and let you know, but I got sidetracked. So there's your update. I got to move along because I just got some emails in. And I just want to let you guys know, for those who watched the Tiny Cop Big Problem video, okay, I want to show you guys why your complaints typed up correctly do matter. And I'm trying to blow this up. Hang on, guys. All right. Let's see if you guys can see this on the screen. Tiny Cop, big problem. I filed an internal affairs complaint and I just got the results back. Mr. Zangari, the internal investigation has been completed. Officer Dolores has been counseled and assigned to complete 4 TCOL, which stands for Texas Commission on Law Enforcement, approved continuing education courses that pertain to the infractions that were committed. The assigned TCOL training should further educate Officer Dolores and deter this behavior in the future. We appreciate the time you have taken to bring this matter to our attention, and we will continue to monitor all of our officers and attempt to maintain trust from the citizens we serve. Bingo, okay? Now, that's from her talking shit about me on a body cam footage, guys. She didn't violate my rights, but she definitely talked shit about me, and that's what she gets from that, okay? That's bingo. I just got an internal affairs investigation back. So let me go back to the video to give you guys a recap of what I'm talking about. So we're going to go here. We're going to share this tab. Hold on. I got to check something real quick. Watch my live real quick. I just got some more shit on Lindemann I'm about to expose. All right. So you guys all remember this video? All right.
You're detained so that we can get the criminal trespasses.
We're going to do a recap real quick.
Detained so that we
What's
can
your name and badge number?
Roseanne. Officer Perkins, 252. Officer Gordon, 260. Are you going to ID?
Again, what am I being ID for?
Do it.
So you can be issued a criminal trespass warning stating if you go back to Love's, you're going to jail. But if you're not going back there, no problem. All we need is your name, date of birth, so we can get criminal trespass from there. You can order your food and go on about your day.
So are you gonna ID or not?
Am I being threatened with?
Okay, guys. So look, I'm going to do this real quick, okay? Because we've already seen this video. If you haven't, you can go to Keebler's channel. Hang on a second.
Many other things I can.
Here, I'm going to put the full video to Keebler's live stream in the bar. Then what we're going to do is go to my channel real quick. I'm going to play the this video. Okay. Now keep in mind, guys, I'm just recapping you on this so I can show you the email I just got. Okay. So I'm going to just recap this real quick for you.
Hillsborough Public Safety.
Hey, this is Stephen Dunn at Love's.
Yes.
Hey, I was calling because I got a lady that comes here quite often, just loiters around. I've asked her to leave. She got irate, tried to take pictures of me, and I need her criminally trespassed.
Where's she located at right now?
Right now, she's walking across the front of the property, going towards the McDonald's.
Okay. What is she wearing?
She has a brown ball cap, black sweat top, like blue or black pants. I believe white.
All right. I'll go ahead and get somebody else that way.
Okay.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Keep in mind, guys, they did not go to the Loves. They came straight looking for her after she left, and the guy. All right, guys, I'm going to get some water real quick. I'm going to continue to play this so you guys can recap on the whole Keebler situation, because I've got some stuff that you guys need to see this so you guys can see it. So I'm going to grab some water. I'm going to play this video, and I'll be right back, okay? I called 911 as she was leaving.
Morning. Oh, okay. We're here to talk to her. Loves doesn't want her there.
Good morning, ma'am.
Yeah.
Department, I had a couple questions for you. Did you just come from the Love's travel stop over there?
Yeah, so tell him I was leaving.
Okay.
I was trying to get his name so I could call the corporate office, and he refused to give it to me.
What was going on over
I
there?
asked him to write his name down. He told me I was there every day this week, and I said that was a lie. I came in one day for about maybe 15 minutes. I got my soda, refilled my ice, and I got back in the car and left.
Okay.
And then the accused said I was there Tuesday. I said that was a lie.
Okay. So what was the issue over there? What was the argument about? And can you tell me
He's
exactly what happened?
accusing me of sitting there that I was just, I got a drink and I was fixing to go and get a Subway sandwich when he basically accusing me of being there all week.
Okay. Can I get your name?
No, I'm not doing nothing.
What? So here's the thing: you have to give him your name because
No, I
Loves.
did not.
You listen to me. Loves wants you criminally trespassed from there, so you can't go back to Loves. So
I got
we have
that.
to listen.
I got that.
No, listen to
No.
me. We have to identify you
I have to
so that we can
warn
criminal.
first.
And we are warning you, but we need
Okay.
your identification to warn you so that you can't go back to Loves. So are you refusing to ID?
I did not. I'm not even at Love.
I understand that y'all had a thing over there.
I'm not even at Love.
Look, that's all in the past now, but we need your ID so we can
Issue you the criminal trespass.
You have to issue me a criminal
ma'am.
Trespass.
a warning first.
That's what we're issuing, a criminal trespass warning. And then if you go back over there, you're going to jail. So do you have your license so we can issue that?
No,
Okay, then you're,
I don't have nothing on me.
You don't have any ID on you at all?
No,
something
I'm
with
waiting
your,
on my birth certificate.
you have something with your name on it?
My friend is bringing my birth certificate either now or Friday or whenever he gets here. And as soon as he gets here, I'm going to go get my ID.
Okay. And give them your name and date of birth so that we can get you the criminal trespass issued.
Look, I understand you're not there anymore, but they're a private property. If they don't want you there, they don't want you there.
I'm going back.
I got you. What's your first name?
No, why do you need for a criminal warning?
To issue the criminal trespass warning in our system, we have to have your name so that we know who you are. So we need your name and date of birth to get this issued. Love's is going to provide us a statement saying they don't want you to come back on their property. And if you do, you go to jail. So we have to know who you are to get that logged.
Have you even went over there to talk to them?
No, we came and found you first. We're going to go over there and get their statement in just a minute. Are you going to ID?
I told you, I don't have
Can
nothing.
you give me your first name, last name, and date of birth? That's all I need. We can make this go a lot quicker if you just give me the information. We can be out of your way.
I like to order my food.
Okay, well, you just give me your first name, last name, date of birth, and you can order your food.
Are you refusing to ID? Yes or no? Do what?
Arrest?
For what?
No, you're being detained, though. You're detained so that we can get the criminal trespass issued.
Detained for what reason?
Detained so that we can issue.
What's your name and badge number?
Rodan 2. Officer Perkins 252. Officer Gordon 260. Are you gonna ID?
And again, what am I being ID for?
Do what?
So you can be issued a criminal trespass warning stating if you go back to Love's, you're going to jail. But if you're not going back there, no problem. All we need is your name, date of birth, so we can get you criminal trespass there. You can order your food and go on about your day.
So are you gonna ID or not? Because if
Am I
you're not,
being threat of arrest?
yes,
So I'm being threat of arrest.
you're not being threat of arrest isn't a thing. You're detained right now. You're detained, and we need to issue the criminal.
For what reason?
I've explained it to you 28 times. You're about to go to jail. You're being detained to get the criminal trespass warning issued to you. We need your criminal trespass warning from Love's. So that is the reason that we need that. So we need your name and date of birth to log the criminal trespass warning. And then we'll go to Love's and get their statement about them not wanting you back on the property, even though they already called our dispatch and told us. Otherwise, we would not be here talking to you. Because trust me, I have many other things I can be doing. So can you please give Officer Gordon your name and date of birth?
I will give it underneath the threat of arrest because you just basically said I'm under threat of arrest. I will give
I got who you are. We don't know who you are. So how are we supposed to know who to trespass?
a warning. You don't need
Yes,
to.
you do.
Yes.
No,
You
okay.
do.
Okay.
We're doing a complaint later.
Okay.
That's fine. It's all on body camera, so you're fine. I mean,
Well, I'm glad it is.
So what's your
His
first
ain't
name?
on.
Look at that shit.
it's the red light. God, don't cuss at her.
What's your first name?
Amy Howell.
Amy, A-M-Y. Last name?
Howell.
Can you spell that for me?
Howell.
What's your date of birth?
275.
Do you have a Texas ID? Or have you ever had a Texas ID? Or
Yes,
is it from
it's expired.
Do
Okay.
you know the number?
No, I do not. I have a Texas ID. And I know the law too. And we will be calling.
Amy Howell, Adam Mary Young, Henry Ocean, William Edward, Lincoln, date of birth, 7/22/75.
Miss Howell, here's the thing. You're making this way more difficult than it had to be. All we had to do was identify you to issue the criminal trespass warning to
told
put
me
it.
that's fine. That's a trespass warning does not need to be.
It does. It has to be
No,
documented
it
in the system. So
you're
'cause it's
actually
good
not
for two-
issuing me a warning. You're issuing me an actual trespass.
listen. I don't know where you get your. I don't know where. Listen to me. I don't know where you have your law degree from, but let me explain it to you. A criminal trespass warning. I can't see your face when you have the camera in my face, so I'm good with you recording. But can you move it over here so I can see your face? So a criminal trespass warning is telling you that you can't go back over there. Now, if you were going to jail for trespassing, that would be after the criminal trespass warning is issued. So now we're issuing you the criminal trespass warning. Now, if you go back over there, you'll go to jail for trespassing. So there's not a difference between issuing you a trespass warning and a trespass. Those are the same things. Those are not different things.
Yeah, for deal number 13830213.
All right. So just make sure she understands that she can't go back.
All right, Ms. Howell, do you understand that you can't come back to Letz if you'll be arrested?
Okay. You have any questions for us?
Can I have
Do that here in the city of Hillsborough. You can have a card with a call for service number if you would like that.
Can I have the CAD number?
That's what I'm saying. I'm guessing you run into a lot of police because otherwise you wouldn't be recording. You one of them First Amendment people who think you have the freedom of this and the freedom of that. So that's fine. We have a job to do. We have to get you trespassed, so that's what we're doing. And we're
not against good cops.
And listen,
bad cops.
We're not bad cops. We need your name to issue the criminal trespass warning. You do. You don't know the law like that. So trespass warning. You do. You don't know the law like that. So and we're
not against good cops.
And listen,
bad cops.
We're not bad cops. We need your name.
Okay, the reason I just played that back saying we are not bad cops, right? Now leads to some of the reveal. I'm going to recap some other stuff real quick. All right. Now, I've played this for you guys before. Let me blow this up. All right. Now, I got her disciplinary record, okay? So let me move this over so I can do this. So this is Roseanne Lindemann. This is the chick that was in that video you just saw that was talking to Keebler. So this is her disciplinary action from last year, okay? After reviewing the elements of this incident, it's been found that you have violated the code of conduct of Hillsborough Police Department, behaving in a manner that is unbecoming of an officer and detriment to the image of the department due to the severity of your behavior. The following corrective actions will take place. 1, you will receive 40 hours off without pay. Demoted to corporal, cannot promote for 12 months, receive a 10% decrease in pay, must attend 80 hours of counseling in 6 months. Now, I'm sorry, guys. I have seen people fired for that much punishment. Okay? Now, it says, as police officer, it is our duty to act in a manner that reflects the best image possible to the community. To be able to accomplish our primary task of protecting members of our community during some of the most horrific times of their lives. There must be a trust, and we must do all we can to enhance that bond. Your behavior has weakened that bond with the dedication to the mission of the Hillsborough Police Department. That bond can be mended. I want to make it clear that this behavior is not acceptable, will not be tolerated. Further violations may lead to termination of employment with the Hillsborough Department of Public Safety, signed by the Chief of Public Safety, Carl A. Kane, which is actually Tony Kane. And Roseanne Lindemann signed it. Well, guess what, guys? I just got her full investigation back on this because I didn't know, but I knew it was serious, that she should have been fired. Well, guess what? What I'm about to read you shows more cover up, and she should have been charged with a crime. But yet they covered it up and wrote her up. She wasn't even on duty. She should have been charged with a crime. And here it goes, guys, the big reveal. So here we go. Hold on. Let me get in there real quick. Do. Hey, the person that I texted to watch this live stream, I hope you are now watching, because here comes the big reveal. So, officer misconduct, officer involved, Sergeant R, which stands for Roseanne Linderman, badge number 228. In the early morning hours of April 12th, 2024. Oh, wow, that's almost exactly a year from the date that she did that to Keebler. Sergeant Roseanne Linderman was operating her personal motor vehicle, a 2013 Ford pickup bearing Texas license plate number, redacted, traveling westbound on South Highway 22, approaching a curve in the road. Sergeant Linderman failed to navigate the curve going straight and running off the road, striking a telephone pole and running through a fence. The vehicle continued its path, running through another fence and knocking over a small tree approximately 35 to 40 yards away from the first fence. I got you, Monica. I appreciate that. I told you that he was an ass. So was the deputy chief. Sergeant Linderman reportedly slept in the vehicle at the second crash site until she woke up at about 7 a.m. Wow, guys. Usually, what does that mean? There you go. Blades. Ding, 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 ding. And was confused about her location and field and drove home. Sergeant Linderman failed to notify the property owner of the damage. Oh, man. On top of that, drunk driving. It's also, it's because it did the circle of death because they closed out his screen. So it took for the stream to die. Now, let's get into this, guys. Do me a favor, guys. Stop talking about anything else on the sidebar because I'm back into this. If you want to talk about it, go back to the beginning of the live stream where I actually covered all this stuff for the first 30, 40 minutes. All right. So here we go. This is breaking right here. At 9:45 a.m., Texas Department of Public Safety Trooper Beach, so now we got Highway Patrol involved, arrived at the crash site and met with Hill County Animal Control, who received a call about horses being out. During the investigation, a Texas license plate was discovered at the second location of the second impact, which after contacting the registered owner, it led him to Sergeant Linderman's residence at about 10:48. Sergeant Linderman was located in her vehicle asleep in the driver's seat parked under the awning at her, it says the awning, but they meant the awning at her residence. The vehicle had noticeable front right impact damage and minor right passenger side damage mirror. Sergeant Linderman was asked by the investigating trooper if she was aware that she crashed, and she advised she didn't really know she crashed until she arrived home. Sergeant Linderman was asked if she planned on calling to let anyone know about the crash. She appeared confused by the question and was informed that she damaged others' property and knocked over a telephone pole. Sergeant Linderman appeared genuine and advised she didn't know she hit a telephone pole. That's because she was drunk. Sergeant Linderman advised she had gone out with some friends, and when she and her wife arrived home, they were arguing and she left and shouldn't have. There were open containers of an alcohol beverage in the vehicle. When analyzing the incident, you can conclude the following. 1, Sergeant Linderman did not take responsibility steps to notify the owner of the property. 2, Sergeant Linderman operated a motor vehicle in public place while under the influence of the alcoholic beverage. 3, the influence of alcohol may explain the reason she didn't know, but does not justify not knowing. Respectively, Commander Fornes. Okay. Now, I've got more to this document, but I wanted to stop there. What do you guys think now at this point? Put it in the sidebar. Throw it up there, guys. Tell me what y'all think. Are you guys ready for the next part? All right. Chief Tony Cannon and Commander Brian Fornes, April 25th, 2024, reference to off-duty crash. On Thursday night, April 11th, 2024, Stephanie and I went out to have a few drinks. The kids were at their dad's house, and we really hadn't really seen each other a lot due to being on different schedules. First, we went to the Frog Branch in Malone and ate dinner and had a few beers. A few hours later, we met a few friends at Whiskey River in Malone. We had more beers, and then we had pickle shots also. Stephanie drove us home due to me being too intoxicated. After we got home, I wanted to drink more, and she did not. I called her a bitch, and she said, well, this bitch made you food, and it's in the microwave and the air fryer. Then I said, I don't give a fuck what you did for me. Stephanie said, whatever, I'm going to bed. This was very out of character for me, as I never speak to my wife this way. Bullshit. I call that bullshit because I saw how you spoke to Keebler sober. So bullshit. I then got in my truck and decided to leave the house. Well, that was another great decision that you made, just like you did with Keebler's decision. The last thing I remember is backing out from under my carport. Well, gee, you wonder why? You're freaking drunk. I do not even know which way I turned out of my driveway when I left. No shit, you're drunk. The next thing I remember is waking up in my truck sweating. Well, that's because you're overweight. I'm not saying that I'm not, but that's the reason you're sweating. And it was daylight outside. When I woke up, I was very disorientated and realized I was in a field against the fence. Well, no shit. Maybe you should have called somebody like in your department, but you didn't. I backed up and tried to figure out where I was, like an idiot. You're going to go ahead and commit a felony hit and run. I put my address in my GPS and it said I was 3 minutes from home. I was finally able to see where I ran through a fence from the roadway. I left out of the field property by driving back over the fence like an idiot. At approximately 07:35 hours, I arrived home. I looked at my truck and saw all the damage on it. Wouldn't you think to look at it before you left and maybe get your license plate that was missing off of it so you didn't know? Anyways, I didn't realize the front license plate was missing. Duh, you just incriminated yourself. Big time, lady. She's dumb as a rock. I didn't want to go inside the house and tell Stephanie what had happened, so I decided to get back in my truck and leave my seat back and go to sleep. At approximately 10:30 hours, I was woken up by DPS officer Trooper Beach knocking on the window of my truck. Trooper Beach asked if I was okay, and I said I was. He asked me what happened last night, and I told him I did not remember due to drinking too much. I told him what I knew, which was about waking up in the field and seeing I had ran through a fence. Trooper Beach told me I did quite a bit of damage, property damage, and advised me I had hit a telephone pole. I advised Trooper Beach I did not even know I had hit the pole or ran through the fence until after I woke up. Trooper Beach asked why I left the house after drinking. I told him that my wife and I had been arguing because I assumed we had been. He asked if I was okay mentally, and I told him I was. He got my information and he left. Really? He didn't arrest you for DUI? I wonder why. Probably flashed that badge. I went into my house and woke Stephanie up and told her what happened. She told me she and I had not been arguing, that I had cussed that at her, and so she went to bed. While discussing everything together, I then realized that I had a small knot on my center forehead, which I assume was from me hitting it during the crash. No, that knot is from being a dumbass. I looked at Live 360 to try to figure out what time and where everything happened due to me not remembering anything. Live 360 showed I left my house around 03:45 hours early Friday morning, April 12th. Live 360 showed I was in one spot. I believe it showed near Hill County Road 4272 from about 04:45 hours until I woke up in the field around 07:30 hours and drove home. Live 360 showed there was zero hard braking, meaning I never hit the brakes. No shit, that's because you ran through the fences. I do not remember the crash and do not know how bad the crash was until I was told, and by looking at how bad my truck was damaged. I have never been that intoxicated in the past. How come I feel like she's lying there? So I am not sure if it was just the alcohol or if I was possibly drugged at Whiskey River by the bartender. Oh, come on. Really? By the way, guys, I haven't read this prior to this. Oh, my God. Are you freaking serious? You're going to claim you were drugged by the damn bartender. I had never seen that specific bartender before. It's probably because you had too much to drink. Hold on. I got to look at comments, guys. I got to look at these comments. Okay. Let's see. Get you a 40 closing. Oh Oh my God. I'm looking at all these comments right now, guys. Sorry. Oh my God. Slut is lying. Field hopping, baby. Bill Cotton. Oh my God. You guys are cracking me up with these comments, man. Hold on. Let me get back into this. That's funny. You guys are killing me, man. So she stated to me when I asked her that she had only been working there for about 2 months. After speaking to two of our guy friends that were at the bar with us that night, they both blacked out and do not remember 2 to 3 hours of time after we left Whiskey River. Stephanie and the other female friend remember everything, though. Again, I'm not sure if the guys we were with and myself were possibly drugged or not, because it is not like me to black out and not remember anything. It's not like you because you drank so much you blacked out, you dumb bitch. That, and by looking at my truck, I had to hit the telephone pole extremely hard. I think it is odd that hitting it did not wake me up, that I remained at the scene of the crash for almost 3 hours. Regardless of it, we were or were not drugged. I still take full responsibility of what I did. Well, guess what? If you had been drugged, you would have gotten back in the car and left. You would have passed out at your house. Wow, this is crazy. Anyways, this whole ordeal has made me thankful and very grateful that nothing worse happened, like killing someone. Oh, you mean like reduction in rank to corporal, 10% pay cut, 80 hours of counseling, can't promote within for 12 months, and suspended for 40 hours without pay. You should have been charged with a DUI. You should have been charged with hit and run. You should have been charged with property damage. I mean, dude, you should have been charged. This ain't the first time you've done this. This whole ordeal has made me thankful and very grateful that nothing happened like killing someone. It has also made me not want to drink again. Bullshit. I love my job in law enforcement. That's why I abuse my badge and oppress people. Oh, I'm sorry, that part wasn't in there, but I was just, ad-libbing. And I did not think I was going to be able to continue it with a criminal record. So you flashed your badge at the troopers, said, please don't ruin my career. That's what you did. Hillsborough Police Department is my home. Really? And I cannot imagine my actions taking that away from me. I am ready to face whatever my consequences / disciplinary action are for this incident. Okay, now, that's it. I'm going to tell you guys right now, and I'm going to put that other one up real quick, that Corporal Linderman should still be charged with a crime. Okay, guys? I am telling you right here, per records. Let's see. Where is it at? Where is this the document right here? Yeah, it's the document right there. So, all right, guys. So I'm going to magnify that. So if you and I had done that, we would have been arrested. We would have had our license revoked. But what does this bitch get? Cover up. 40 hours off without pay. Demoted to corporal. Receive 10% decrease in pay. Must attend 80 hours of counseling within 6 months. Bullshit. Bullshit. That is the chief of police covering up for one of his officers. I bet you the city council, the city of Hillsborough, doesn't even know about this. So, sorry, I had to send a text, guys. Come on, man. Anybody that's non-police, hell, even a police officer, depending on where you're at, would have been arrested for this. I mean, come on, man. So, I'm just saying. Anybody got any comments for this? I'm going to kind of do a quick recap on KCA, Letz, Otvo, and Brick Jonesey. I haven't really heard anything back. Any comments before I move back on? Manny Quinn, send me an email, brother. Send me an email. It's on my it's bzwatchdog@gmail.com. You know, and that's that. You know what, Allie, that is a very good question. Who paid for the damages? You know what? That is a very good question. Did the city float a check? Did the city float a check? That is, I don't even know, Blades. I don't even know if they were at the border. I don't know. It was an Air Force base. I don't think they were. So just so you guys know, all right. You know what? I was gonna save this for the video that I'm putting out. But if you guys wanna talk about more stuff that happened, okay. So check this out. I got these records back yesterday. I called Carolina, okay, because I was working on something for her. Where did I get it? Where is that at? Where is it? Oxan. There we go. Now, just so you guys know, has anybody seen Carolina's? Hold on, let me pull this up here. Hang on. Because right after the Keebler situation, guys, Carolina ran into a similar situation like Kansas City Accountability did, except for she went ahead and ID'd, which, let me see this video right here. Oh, there we go. Let me click on this one real quick. I'm going to put the link. This is for Carolina, okay? All right, so I'm going to share this screen. Oops, wrong one. I want to know who has seen this video. Who has seen this video, Carolina's? Put a 1 in the chat if you've seen this video of hers. Put a 2 in the chat if you don't know anything about it. Here, Kinetic, I'm going to play a little piece of it so you can see it.
So the only time I have to give my name is if I'm being arrested in Texas, 3802, statutes 3802. And because a criminal trespass, because I didn't step on their property criminally, I can't be issued a criminal trespass.
Can't be issued a criminal trespass.
No, because I didn't step on their property. All that and more is coming up right now. This is Beverly Hills, Texas, and this is a Specs liquor store on Beverly Hills, Texas. And despite what the manager says, and despite what the lieutenant says, I was only filming from their easement. Before I began filming, I was sitting on the bench from the public transit system. But
Hang on 1 second,
I was
guys.
not filming. I was speaking on the phone
Hang
to
on.
David Murphy. So, because
hang on. Don't say nothing. I got you on the live. Hang on. Hey, guys. Hey. I got the infamous Kansas City Accountability on the phone. Go ahead, brother.
Hey, what's the deal, man? I'm about to tell you some shit.
Let me guess. You're being transported to Lee Summit.
No, so Lee Summit had a warrant out for my arrest, and I got a trial date for them.
Is that the post office thing?
The post office.
I knew it. I called it when they told me on the phone.
So check this out. I just made $1,000 bond, and I got a trial date, bro. Lee Summit fucking up.
I know. I told you right now. Well, I didn't tell you, but I told somebody on the phone that the minute you got I had the chief of police from Kirksville call me back after I called the deputy chief, the city manager, and the chief called me back. They said that you had a Lee Summit warrant. I said, there ain't no way. I said, he's got court for that. He hasn't even gone to court yet because the court date hasn't been scheduled. I said, there ain't no way. I know that personally because I'm helping him with that.
Yes, bro. I'm looking. So look, I'm in the jail. I bind out. We sitting there. He's on the phone with Lee Summit. And he said, look, I need a court date to write on his bond paper. And I'm telling him the date is June 26th. And they show put on here June 26th, bro. I'm like, what? I'm like, boy, listen.
Well, okay, so you're out of jail.
Yeah, I'm out of jail.
Woohoo! Kansas City accountability. I'm sorry, guys. I'm live, bro, right now. Kansas City accountability. Yeah, everybody hears you.
Oh man, yeah, man. They wait till I see this video, bro. They did me in on this one.
I already did. I threatened them with litigation and everything, brother. That's why you.
So let me tell you this. They did worse than Des Moines, bro.
I know, and the city manager was driving by when they were escorting you across the street. So when I got on the phone with her, she was already. Oh, the deputy chief was like, "Well, he was filming the vault." I said, "So he was inside the bank?" I don't believe that. No, he was outside. So how was he filming the vault? Well, he could see it. I said anybody can see it from outside. So what's?
It was in the middle. It was bright.
Well, the bank's been robbed. Okay, you still do not have reasonable, articulable suspicion. Hello, Terry v. Ohio, Florida versus JL. You do not have enough to detain him and force him to fingerprint.
So I'm about to do my sunshine with. They're gonna send a police officer because the department is closed.
I want you to do me a favor. I want you to do me a favor. And you do the sunshine thing, right?
Uh-huh.
Not only ask for the 911 call to the bank, but I want you to go ahead and ask for all non-emergency calls and administrative calls made to that department from the time that you were put in the back when you called me till right now when you called me again. You know why? I had everybody calling, and I made several calls, and I know those calls are recorded. And the one that I talked to on the chief or the deputy chief, that one's going to be a good one. So, wait, hold on. I'm hearing that right before you called me, Brick Jonesey and Letz TVO got jammed up at a military base at the gate. They were detaining him. So everybody was getting locked up, bro. And I'm sitting over here. Now I'm being heard that they're out, but no one's saying. I'm looking for notifications.
Hey, this was different, bro. They put those. That was probably the tightest anybody ever put handcuffs on me, bro.
I know we've got it tight. Did you ask for medical?
Per year, his name per year.
Did you ask for?
Yeah, I'm coming back. They go to do it for me.
Hey, you talking to me?
Yes, how you doing? I'm gonna call you back.
All right, guys. Kansas City accountability is out of jail. Okay, Brick Jonesey just texted me. Hang on. Bro, before you start, I'm live. I just got off the phone with Kansas City accountability because he got arrested right after you guys did. I was literally watching live when he called me from the back of the patrol car.
Right.
So he's off the phone now. What's going on with you? I saw you go live, and then I saw that they wouldn't tell you why you were detained, and then your camera was going. He hit the lock button, and then I heard you say don't do that or don't do that, and then your screen had the live stream death circle going on for like 10 or 20 minutes. Because I called right when that happened, because I caught right when your screen went black, and I heard you say that. I got off the phone and called Chili because I literally tuned in and saw that and said shit.
Yeah. So yeah, we're both. We weren't arrested. We were cited, both of us.
For what?
Yeah. Well, no, I was cited. He was not.
For what?
Me? Was I cited?
Yeah.
I don't even know. Probably like interfering or something. Yeah.
Interfering for what? Sit in a car?
I don't know, bro. I told him I'm confused, bro. Like,
bro, you were asking what you were even being detained for. He wouldn't even tell you.
Yeah, he did. He wouldn't. He wrote it on the.
Let me ask you this: Why did they pull OTVO out of the car?
I don't know. You have to talk to him about that. I'll let
okay, I know it was like Kirkland Air Force Base, right?
Kirkland, yeah.
Okay, what were you guys leaving or going?
We were going to the commissary.
Okay, so you were trying to go into the base.
Yeah.
Okay, so you weren't even on the base.
No, we were at the gate.
Okay.
They picked us out, bro. That's all it is.
It's what?
That's all it is. And then because they picked us out, they gotta have a reason. So.
Okay, guys, just hang on, Brick. I'm getting the question. Yes, Letz is out. Letz did not get cited. Brick did. I'm gonna have to call OTVO. Manny Quinn says, "Is Brick trying to sign up?"
You can't call him right now. His phone's on low battery.
I didn't say right now, but Manny Quinn says, "Were you trying to sign up for the Air Force, Brick?"
Do I look like I'll be looking good in boots? No. I look better in loafers.
And Evelia Gill says, "Hello, send him a million hugs."
Thank you. Yes, I appreciate that. Evillia's a sweetheart.
But Kansas City accountability is free. Let's OTVO is free. Brick Jonesey's free. And I got a slew of freaking records and covering it while I was trying to figure out what was going on. So, man, you got to go back and just watch my live stream. I've been live for an hour and 16 minutes.
Yeah.
I don't even have a thumbnail.
I was gonna call you. I'm like, no, I should probably check to see if he's live. Sure enough, he was live.
Yep.
So, but no, I appreciate your coverage, man. Like I said, we're free. We're for now. I don't know, man. It's so wild. So this will be covered in the district court. That's what it looks like. The tickets issued to. So
It has to be district because it's federal.
Right, exactly.
So you're gonna have to go before probably a magistrate or a presiding judge. All right, later. All right, guys. So I guess today worked out. Rallying the troops, making the calls, networking just like we did. People were set free, released from custody. So, and we just exposed another dirty cop, along with the cops that have got these guys jammed up. So we will be doing our thing. So yeah, that's man. But anyways, I'm not done yet. I want to cover this real quick. So for those,
allows the bench to be on their property from the public transit system. That means that it's public. So I'm allowed to sit on that bench without being in any sort of trouble or being trespassed because they allow the bench to be on their property. There's the bench right there. And here's how's it going?
okay, before we get any further, I just want to let you guys know this guy, Michael, okay? Just so you guys know what I've done so far. I went to that location and I recorded everywhere that Carolina was at. She was not on that property. Okay? 2, I called this guy to ask him if he had any comment about the situation, and he refused to comment. I called the lieutenant. I've got that phone call recorded. I also went down to the police department and confronted him. He had no comment. Okay? So I want to let you guys know. Yes, David Murphy, you were talking to her before she started recording at the bus stop. She was sitting on the bench. So David, trust me, I know the details. Wait till you see the video I put out on this. But before we do, I requested some body cam footage and 911 calls. I also typed up an internal affairs complaint for Carolina. I told her not to turn it in until I got my footage. But she jumped the gun. Okay? Because I didn't want her to go down there and do it. I told her, just wait. It's going to be effective with what I do, but let me get the body cam and the 911 call first. Now, they've sent a letter to the Attorney General, okay, trying to deny me records, okay, and I'm going to share this on the screen because we don't really need to go to the video. I'm going to drop the link if you guys want to watch the full video. Put the full video. David Murphy, don't go anywhere. You need to watch this because you're going to like the outcome based on my internal affairs complaint, okay? There's Carolina's link to her video on this, okay? Make sure you go over, show her some love, drop a comment, tell that I sent her over there, that I sent you guys over there, okay? And I'm going to move this over and blow this up, okay? But because she mentioned litigation and criminal complaint in my internal affairs complaint, they're hitting with this. They highlighted the exact reasons. For purposes of this section, the state or political subdivision is considered to be a party to litigation of a criminal nature until the applicable statute of limitations has expired or until the defendant has exhausted all appellate and post-convictions remedy in the state and federal court. Information relating to litigation involving a governmental body or an officer or employee of a government body is accepted from disclosure under subsection A. Only if the litigation is pending or reasonably anticipated on the date that the requester applies to the officer for public information for access to or duplication of the information. Okay, that's one. So based on litigation of a criminal right, okay, it is information that the attorney general or an attorney of a political subdivision is prohibited from disclosing because of a duty to the client under the Texas Rules of Evidence or the Texas Disciplinary Rules of Professional Conduct. So that's another reason they're trying to hit. Okay, so they sent me this letter here. An internal record or notation of a law enforcement agency that is maintained for internal use in matters relating to law enforcement. Release of the internal record or notation would interfere with law enforcement or prosecution. The internal record or notation relates to law enforcement only in relation to an investigation that did not result in conviction or deferred adjudication. So this is the letter that they sent me, forwarded, okay, that... No, I don't have bad internet, guy. You just have a bad screen. So this is my email that they sent me to the Attorney General. In regards to open records requests regarding an incident of criminal trespass warning involving Lieutenant Steiner on or about April 18th, 2025 at 1434 South Valley Mills Drive, Waco, Texas, 76711. We are notifying you of exemptions to consider regarding this incident. 1, 2 years withholding to any party requesting open records of this incident due to an open documented threats of lawsuit. Unlawfully detained, trespass, and followed. They sent me the picture of the thumbnail with this. This is a copy and pasted segment attached to the video. See highlighted thing. They highlighted the part she wrote on there. Doing it through small claims court will be so easy. So that's the reason. But this is what they did right here. Let it be known that furthermore, the complainant in this case has 4,106 views to date, has a total of 98,400 followers, and claims to be employed by someone to create these interactions. It is evident that she will have a large number of people who she can elicit to collect information to circumvent discovery, and she has clearly stated that a lawsuit is coming, and a small claims court will be so easy. 2, a signed formal complaint was provided regarding this incident along with multiple third-party emails, phone calls, and web complaints. In the signed complaint, criminal offenses were cited by the citizen. Probable cause, 39.03, official oppression. And, I'm sorry, it's Penal Code, 3903, official oppression. And Title 18 U.S.C. 241-242, conspiracy. Based on these specific complaints of criminal offenses, a discussion for investigation was agreed upon by the department and the Texas Rangers. I have also coordinated with an outside agency regarding an internal investigation into policy infractions brought about by the complainant. This will only start once a determination is decided by the Texas Rangers and not the baseball team. Summary. Thank you for consideration and review of this matter. I hope that you find I have provided significant evidence of pending litigation in small claims court with a state of limitation of 2 years, the various availability for the original complainant to circumvent discovery, which is the proposed via social media release and following. I believe this is the purpose of 552.103 exemption litigation. Also, there are 2 pending investigations. One is a look into the criminal complaint of official oppression by the Texas Rangers, and the second is an outside agency internal investigation of policy infraction at the request of a signed complainant. These 2 investigations would qualify for internal records of a law enforcement agency, and the release would likely hinder the outside agency's investigations, to which there is no current result in conviction or deferred adjudication. Okay? So, BZ Watchdog struck again. Now I got, with my complaint she turned in, that lieutenant in this video, okay, that we just showed, is now not only having an internal investigation done by a third party and not their own department, but also criminally investigated by the Texas Rangers. So, with that being said, I've been trying to do this for about 7 months and get somebody investigated or charged for official oppression. Once we fry one, we keep frying more, and they will stop abusing their authority and their power. Checks and balances are coming. This is the year of accountability. So, anyways, guys, I've been on here for an hour and a half. This is a great day to celebrate. We've had some people locked up today. We've had some people released today. In fact, everybody was released today. We'll leave that right there on the screen for all y'all. So, I am going to end the stream here in a second, but if anybody has any comments or questions for me or need any links in the sidebar, I'd be more than happy to answer those questions for you guys and put those links in the description. All my mods, make sure you guys put the link to Carolina's channel, Keebler's channel for those videos. Make sure you put the link in for Brick Jonesey, Let's OTVO, and Kansas City Accountability. Okay? So let's make sure. Let's make sure we get there. So I don't drink. I used to drink socially, occasionally. I don't drink anymore. Oh, you know what? Speaking of the little devil in the room, hang on a second. I just saw you there. Hang on a second. I haven't forgot about you, ROMMY. I haven't forgot about you. So just hang on a second. There's something I'm trying to do here real quick. I hit the wrong button. Oop, let me mute that mic. Whoops, my bad. There we go. And you know what? NEV, you've been in here quite a bit. You're a big supporter, so I'll do that for you. Manny Quinn, Kurt Bronson. I saw a few people that, there you go. If you've been around for a while, there you guys go. Yeah, that's right, 951 News Now. Do me a favor, somebody put 951 News Now's link in the description. Kansas City Accountability's out of jail. He's out of jail. Let's OTVO's out of jail. And I got to get in here and change the screen. KCA, Let's OTVO, and Brick Jonesey released from custody and more. There you go. New title. I don't even have a thumbnail, guys. That's how quick I went live when I got the word. So I just changed the title. So, but let's see, we got, just making sure I haven't missed anybody that is always in here that needs a wrench. Just making sure my diehard people that are always in here support it. Oh, you know what? Dog meat. I forgot all about you, brother. Dog meat's always in here too. They didn't do anything to her. She wasn't going to have to do anyway. Don't, Kinetic, don't block. Bobby Bishop comment did not need to be blocked. Don't censor. Don't be strict on censoring messages, guys. I don't want you guys censoring. If someone's being hateful, if someone uses the word frauditor or any personal insults to that extent, time them out for 24 hours. Don't delete their comments, just time them out. Rami, David Murphy, Kurt Bronson, you guys pretty much know the rules. So, but dog meat, there he is. Hang on a second. I saw him in here. Thought he was still in here, but all right, guys. 951 news now. I'm gonna go right here, right now. Look, let me do this real quick, because 951 news now. Let's share this tab right here. 511 subscribers. That's all here. I'll sub, bro. Let's see what you got for videos real quick.
I don't want to look at me. I want to show you this fire back here. Hang on, guys. There we go. Change directions. Come on. I pulled my gear up here real quick, but I think I'm pretty much. But then it's fairly close to there. Let's see how long it takes for this thing to start.
All right. Hey, guys, he's only got 500. Oh, Texas Gal, you're not coming in and saying hi and Stan? Man, you should see how you go back and play this from the beginning. A lot of great news today. It didn't start off great, but it ended up great. So, but hey guys, yep, I appreciate everybody coming in. I'm gonna get the flock out of here. Texas Gal Farm Life is Texas Gal Audits. For those of you who don't know how great her and I friendship is. Even though she's not doing this anymore, she does have a new. She's converted her channel into Farm Life. She's always out there with her cows, so I'm always over there checking them out. We got some cows out here, so doing some posting every day. So make sure you guys get over there. Check out her channel if you're into that farm life and see what she's doing. Yeah, guys, man, I am mentally drained after an hour and a half of all this calling and stuff before I went live. So I am going to get the flock out of here. I still was in the middle of editing a video that I'm trying to get out tonight for members only, so I can have it go public tomorrow morning. So all those who have a membership, be on the lookout for an audit tonight. It's my last one that I did with Carolina from like March. That I finally got the freaking 911 call that I've been editing. So they've been giving me the runaround with the records, but I have them. It's going to be a little bit of a crazy one because I let Carolina get a little crazy in the courthouse. It's a bank and a courthouse and the jail all smashed into one. Since it was like our last audit, I kind of just threw everything together, and Carolina's acting like Carolina, guys. I pretty much was just a cameraman after we did the bank audit. So you guys don't want to miss that. Boston Strong 617. What's going on, brother? Anyways, I'm gonna get the flock out of here. I am gonna be posting on community page later when I get this stuff done. That internal affairs investigation of Roseanne Linderman on my community page. The full detail about her DUI that they covered up. So I am going to expose Hillsborough PD. And for those of you who didn't see my live stream last night, I actually got pulled over by Hillsborough PD. So go back and check out my live stream from last night. So I'm not going to really say I was in the wrong. Somebody flipped my damn light off when I got out of the car. My auto lights went off and the the taillights weren't on. That was the only reason for the stop was the taillights. It wasn't like the headlights weren't on or something. But no worries, Boston Strong 617. Yeah, he said for the brake lights not being. He meant the taillights, but I had him rattled with that camera in his face. But it's all good. Anyways, guys, look. KCA's out of jail. Let's OTVL, Brick Jonesy have been released from military custody. They're not going to Guantanamo Bay. Everything's worked out today. So I'm going to get the flock out of here. And much love, guys. Y'all stay supportive like you always do. Keep watching the videos. Donate where you can and when you can. And make the phone calls when you can. Send the emails when you can. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Later.